So the first of our quarterfinals is complete. Of course, we've got mixed doubles coming up, then men's doubles, women's doubles, and we will finish with women's singles and the defending champion, Saina Nehwal against Nozomi Okuhara.
Gabrielle from England, and Cheng from China.
So our next match is mixed doubles, and it is the number 4 seeds, Cheng and Yixin, up against Chris and Gabby Adcock, the married couple from England. Well, looking at the mixed doubles draw, we can see that the 2-time beaten finalists, Fisher Nielsen and Pedersen, are already through to the semi-final stage. Well, 5 seeds in at quarterfinal, 4 different nations, only 4 different nations. That's not so good for World Badminton. 4 Chinese pairs, 2 Danish pairs. 2 Danish pairs is very good. A young Danish pair in their first ever quarter-final at a Premier Super Series, I believe. Is that right, Steen?
Yes, it is. First ever quarter-final with playing at the moment, and I think they're about to be brought back to earth by Xu Chen and Ma Jin.
Well, Xu Chen and Ma Jin, of course, former champions here. But both of the pairs in our quarter-final never previously beyond the quarter-final stage, so one pair is going to go better than they've ever done before. Lu Cheng, 23 years of age, world ranking of number 3, and this their 6th week in total at a career high 3. Number 4 on the Destination Dubai list, Yixin, has been in a final here. The 23-year-old from Yiyang in Hunan province in South China. She was in the final in 2013, women's doubles with Zhong Xianxin. Well, as far as their matches are concerned, it was the first round where they had such a battle against Keigo Sonoda, and Fukuman dropped the second game there before coming back incredibly strongly in the first. In fact, what happened in that second game, I'm not quite sure, because the first game was very convincing as well. So here is Chris Adcock, 26 years of age, the left-hander. He and his wife, number 7 in the world ranking at the moment. They're 8 on the Destination Dubai list. Semi-finalists at the last Super Series event. Gabby Adcock, 25. They've been in one final this year. That was the last tournament they played, the Bitburger Grand Prix Gold. Well, as far as their matches are concerned, it was the first round against Shinbek Chul and Che Yung-jung. Dropped the second game. Incidentally, in their second round match against Wang Kai-siang and Wang Dongping, saved a game point in the second game. As you can see, this is the 8th meeting between these two pairs. Of the previous 7, it's the Adcocks who have won 5 of them, including the last, where, as you saw, their opponents had to retire injured. 10-3 up in the third game. English combination work. But Lu Cheng, he'd had a busy Denmark Open, hadn't he seen? He had done very well in the men's doubles. And the mixed doubles, he played a lot of badminton. It looked to me as if there was a problem with a calf muscle in Paris, but I'm delighted to say that he is back here, and he's looked to be sharp here in Fuzhou. Peter Jeffrey, the coach on the English coaching bench. Now, of course, the head-to-head should have been the 9th meeting between these two pairs, shouldn't it, Steen? Because they were supposed to play against each other in the World Championship quarter-final, and very sadly, Chris Adcock was ill and couldn't participate and gave a walkover.
Yeah. And on my left, Gabrielle Adcock, Chris Adcock, England. All Yixin to serve to Chris Adcock. Lao break.
So the number 4 seeds, Cheng and Yixin, nearest to us. Number 6
Service
seeds
over.
from
1
England,
love.
Chris and Gabby Adcock.
We expect a long service now.
Yeah.
A flicker. And the thing is, we've discussed it a number of tournaments that Gabby Adcock are having some trouble serving short services, but she has a fantastic flicker now.
Yeah.
The odd thing is that, yeah, now we see Yixin moving a little bit back. I would stand no further to the short service line than halfway in the field. I would try to force her to serve short.
Yeah.
See what happens. It's long.
Pushed long.
2-all.
Chinese coach, Chen Chu. I have to say, when I was in Saarbrücken for the Bitburger Grand Prix Gold, where Chris and Gabby Adcock reached the final, I saw Gabby trying some low serves, and I was really pleased to see it. And furthermore, I thought that she'd actually changed her service action a little bit. And she did serve 1 or 2 lovely low serves. But when it came to the final, when the tension of the final and so on, she lost her nerve again.
Yeah.
That's a great serve, isn't it?
5,
Lovely from
2.
Liu Cheng.
Well played.
Yeah, that's terrific too, isn't it?
6-2. Service over. 3-6.
Yeah, it's a good
Service
return.
over. 7-3.
And they've managed to put a lot of speed in the exchanges here in the beginning. Liu and Bao.
That's another good serve.
8.
Both the
3.
Chinese players serving so well.
I'm not sure, but I have a feeling that I remember having noticed that this English pair on occasions fall a lot behind in the beginning of the matches.
Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. That's absolutely extraordinary. Watch this. It was a net
A
cord.
miss.
She missed it, had a second go at it, and plays a perfect cross-court net. That is one of the most extraordinary shots I've ever seen. Unbelievable.
Yeah, look how much speed he puts into that
Yeah.
defense, Liu Cheng. I think it's so important for Chris Adcock and Gabby Adcock that they sort of take the pace out of these exchanges, shot exchanges.
Problem is, Steen, at the moment they're not really getting into the rallies.
No, they're not getting into them at all.
No. And when you consider that the English pair were 2-love up at the beginning of this, 11 of the last 12 points to the Chinese combination. Somehow the English pair have got to stop this, or get into the match. I was going to say stop this run, but really they need to get into the match. And I agree with you. You know, they've got to stop the getting involved or allowing their opponents to play this fast pace. But quite how you do that, I'm not sure.
No, and it's a problem because I mean, when you fall behind 3-11, it's really hard to believe that you're having a great day. So it's going to be a tough day at the office if you're going to win this match. Well played by Gabby. Excellent.
Yeah. Liu Cheng is really closing down that mid-court area, isn't he, Steen?
Yeah. And I don't know, but do you have their ranking?
Yes. Liu Cheng are 3 at the moment.
Yeah,
Career
it shows
high.
that they've had a really, really good year so far.
5 finals from 13 tournaments, winning the India Super Series and the China Masters Grand Prix Gold. Beaten finalists at the World Championships, of course, their silver medal, and the Australian Super Series.
Yeah, and I predict that they're going to deny Xu Chen and Ma Jin their spot at the Olympic Games in Rio. I think the Chinese team management are going to select this young pair, Liu Cheng and Bao Yixin.
Oh,
Great shot.
This is just unbelievable at the moment. If rankings didn't come into it, and I could just select the 2 Chinese pairs, there's no doubt in my mind that I would select this Chinese pair in front of Xu Chen and Ma Jin. No question.
And they have almost a year still to develop. They're young. They've become better throughout this 2015. There's no reason why that should stop. Whereas, in my opinion, we can't say the same about Xu Chen and Ma Jin, who's been at a very, very high level for a very long time, but just doesn't seem to get the important wins.
No. Right, let's watch this serve. Flick again.
Yeah, well played, well played, well played.
Oh, that's clever.
Well played by Liu Cheng.
Yeah.
And this is what I like about him. If you compare it to Xu Chen, not that Xu Chen was unable to play shots like this. I just don't think he would. I don't think he would have the imagination to play a shot like that and the short drop shot we saw before. And Liu Cheng is if not totally as powerful, then he's very, very close to Xu Chen in smashing power and speed.
64.
Yeah, it's a good return of serve.
Service over. 5-16.
But it's interesting that that the Adcocks are 5-2 up head-to-head.
In fact, it was in the final of the Hong Kong. I remember they met each other. It was
their first
Super
Series win.
Service over.
But the extraordinary thing is a little fact for you, Steen, that final reached by the Chinese pair was the first time they had progressed beyond the first round in 2013.
Yeah.
They went all the way through to the final of the Hong Kong.
And then it's just gone upwards.
They've gone better and better and better. And I thought in Jakarta they had a good chance of becoming the first pair to have won a World Junior title to go on and win a World Senior title. There's players who've done it, but not a pair. And of course they were just shy of that.
Service over. 18-6.
Nice idea.
7.
Didn't really seem to be on balance when he played that. No wonder he's looking a little bit perplexed at the moment. Yeah, it's a good smash.
Service over.
Great placement.
19-7.
Oh yes, clever.
Service over. 8-19.
Oi,
Yeah,
double hit.
well played.
19.
I watched.
Service over.
Short serve there, that's good.
Yeah.
8.9.
Oh, it's contagious.
Yeah,
10-20.
servicitis. So the opening game, just 14 minutes, 21-10. Well, I mean, we've got to give credit to the Chinese pair. They really were very, very sharp right from the onset. But it is an issue, the serving.
Yeah, and we've discussed it before, and I've sort of suggested that a total revamp of the whole service movement might be necessary, and then there's this, okay, we're playing, and Gabby is flicking all the time, and we just try to do as good as possible, and they're doing quite well. They're in quarterfinals regularly, but compared to the game that they need to play in order to win matches, it's not starting in defense with Gabby in the defense, or sometimes even at the back of the court. That's not where they're strong. So Gabby not being able to serve well short is hitting this English pair where it hurts the most, because they would have a really, really good combination with Chris at the back of the court, and Gabby taking care of the net. It's just for a long period hasn't been that way. It's been too easy to get her away from the net.
Yeah.
And it's obvious that this girl here in the picture, Bao Yixin, is stronger, and yeah, actually both the net play and the
Second game.
mid-court and back-court play. So the English combination, they have to find some spots in between these two Chinese players.
Oh yes, that's lovely.
Service over.
But isn't it, in a way, testament to their actual ability when they do get into the rally, the Adcocks? You know, you look at their Super Series
No,
this
it's
year,
short service.
and you know they haven't lost before a quarter-final.
Yeah.
You know, so they're always there or thereabouts. Of course, they're seeded, which certainly helps getting through to quarter-final stage. But the fact that they can do that is testament to just how good they are within the rally.
Yeah, and the potential,
Yes.
if it's possible to fix the service problem.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah.
3-1.
It's a good flick serve, isn't it? Yeah, lucky net cord
Service over.
helping the English cause.
4. Service over. 5-2.
Yeah.
Service over. 3-5.
It's well played.
Service
It's
over.
so fast, Liu Cheng.
Do you think the big difference here, because I'm sort of thinking back to that match in Paris, I know you weren't in Paris with me, Steen, but, you know, it was a tough match, and it was in the third game when the Chinese pair had to retire. But, you know, here, both the Chinese players are just focusing on the mixed doubles.
Yeah, yeah, it
You
makes
think-
a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's perhaps answering our questions and confirming our thoughts about this Chinese pair being the second Chinese pair in the mixed doubles for
Yeah,
the Rio
because they
Olympics.
continue to play the men's doubles with Lu Kai and Chai Yun
Yeah,
instead of Lu Kai and Liu Cheng, who's actually playing really well whenever they're paired together.
yeah,
Yeah, it means something that when they're finished here, they can go back to the hotel, they can relax, get something to eat, get a massage, prepare for the next match tomorrow. They don't have to hurry back to the hotel, get a little bit to eat, and go back to the hall again to play women's doubles and men's doubles.
Service over. 4-8.
broke the strings of his racket with that smash. It is an interesting decision, though, I think, seen by the Chinese coaching staff, because we both got quite excited at the beginning of the year. Very first Super Series tournament of the year. Yixin playing with Tang Xuanting.
Yeah.
All England champions,
Yeah.
go onto Switzerland, win the Swiss Grand Prix Gold as well. And we were both thinking, what a pair for the Olympic campaign. But they've moved that and they've changed that, and it looks very much as if Yixin will concentrate just on mix for this Olympic campaign.
Yeah, and we know that head coach or chief of sports Li Yongbo is focusing on winning as many medals of as good a color as possible, and I mean, I definitely think the best women's doubles that China can play right now, that's Tang Yuanting and Yixin. It might have changed because we haven't seen Yixin play a whole lot of women's doubles on a serious note for the last 5 or 6 months, ever since she was not longer pairing Tang Yuanting. But I mean, China still got a lot of contenders for the women's doubles title. The defending champions, Jia Yunlei and Cheng, probably the biggest favorites right now. So yeah, it's a luxury problem.
Yeah. That's clever. Yeah. Good rally. Well, I mean, the reason I asked the question is because Yixin has won 21 career titles. Only 3 of them are in the mixed doubles discipline.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've been talking more about her as a women's doubles player, and yet we're assuming now that it looks very much as if she's just going to focus on the mixed doubles, which seems from her results is her weaker event.
Yeah. Yeah, I think perhaps it's a realization from Chinese side that the female player in the mixed doubles needs to be able to play reasonably good from the backcourt in order to function well in the mixed doubles, and I think we've seen on a number of the pairings that there's some. It's always hard to talk about weaknesses because they're so good, but if we compare them to the other Chinese pairs, I mean, Ma Jin is not working that well from the backcourt in her mixed doubles.
Yeah, oh, that's lovely. Well, this is an extraordinary comeback, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and they
3-8 down,
and not really doing a lot, but suddenly it's all level. Well, in fact,
just
point
in
ahead.
ahead. Yeah, 10-9.
Service over. 10-all.
No luck of the net cord for Yixin. And the Chinese combination have a 1-point advantage at the mid-game interval of game number 2. Of course, this English pair have been focusing just on the mixed doubles. I think it's about a year now, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe a bit more than a year. I think after the Commonwealth Games, they won gold in Glasgow in the Emirates Arena, where, of course, we're going to have the World Championships of 2017.
And it's an understandable decision because this is where England has a chance of medaling, not only at the Olympics but at the World Championships, Europeans as well. But it also adds more pressure, and it certainly, in my opinion, is a factor in the service problems that we've seen. That there is more pressure because they go all out in this category. But I think it's a good idea, as we discussed with the Chinese pair. You simply can be more focused and be better prepared.
That's a great return of serve.
There it is again. This time a mistake.
Service over. 11, 12.
I want to see that in replay. Was he there, Chris Adcock? Did he have it covered?
No, I don't think so.
Service over. 13, 11.
One of the problems for Bao Yixin when she was playing the women's doubles was that she had a number of top seeds together with Tang Jinhua, and they lost early in the tournament. So they weren't really able to make this transition from the Super Series champions to the big tournaments, the World Championships.
Yeah, of course they lost their first match. Last year's World Championships in Copenhagen, they were the #1 seeds in the women's doubles round of last 32 because they had a bye in the first round and lost their first match.
Service over. 12, 14.
She's not been that dominant at the net in here in the second game, Bao Yixin.
There's a low serve, which was pretty good. Oh, look at that defence! Good rally.
Well played.
Yeah, very
What
well
a
played.
fantastic rally by especially Chris Adcock.
Well, wouldn't mind seeing that again because Gabby Adcock says that Bao Yixin interfered with the shuttle when Gabby said, no, I don't want to change it. There was an implication, or stronger, that the shuttle was then interfered with. But what's for certain is it's 14 all. Another flick serve. Yeah.
Well
Yes.
played. They're coping much better with the flick
Yeah.
situation here in the second game. It's like they've sort of adjusted to the speed
Yeah.
to the opponents that they probably regularly doesn't practice with opponents that put so much pressure on them, but they've raised the game. Lucky net court.
I noticed that Cheng wasn't standing terribly close to that front service line. Yeah, that is lucky. Look, we all need a bit of luck occasionally. It's part of sport.
Service over. 16, 15.
Gosh, she held that serve for a long
Yeah.
time, didn't she?
Service over. 17-16.
Look where Liu Cheng is receiving from.
Yeah.
Way back from that front service line.
Service over.
Oh, serve is short. Now, what's Chris saying here?
It was obviously short.
Yeah, definitely short. And he's normally so good at those mid-court areas, the left-hander.
Oh, that looked long.
Missed opportunity there
Yeah.
from Bao Yixin.
And she's been responsible for a great deal of the English points in this second game.
Yeah.
Back.
18 all. No mistake that time, so.
Service over. 19-18.
Gone wide.
20. Match point.
Match point opportunities for the number 4 seeds from China. Well, at match point. Yeah. Well, it was a much tighter second game than the first, but in the end, the World Championship silver medalists, Liu Cheng and Bao Yixin, come through against the married couple from England. 21-10, 21-18, 36 minutes. And they are through to the quarterfinal, where they will play against the two-time beaten finalists Jochen Fischer-Nielsen and Christina Pedersen. Did I say quarterfinal? I meant semi-final, of course.
match on part 1 will start soon. Let's welcome the technical officials.
1号场地的比赛即将开始，让我们有请司线员入场。
The next match will be men's doubles between Hirokatsu Hashimoto, Noriyasu Hirata from Japan, and Chaibiao Hongwei from China.
1号场地将亮起的是男子双打，由来自日本的乔克斯骑平田田径对阵来自中国的柴标宏伟。
Umpire Andy Akami, Indonesia. Service judge Sally Sven, Belgium.
裁判员安迪·艾哈迈德，印尼；发球裁判员塞利斯旺，比利时。
So the players on court for the next of our quarterfinals. It's men's doubles, as you can see, and it features last year's beaten finalists Chai Biao and Hong Wei up against Hirokatsu Hashimoto and Noriyasu Hirata. Well, this match is a repeat of the quarterfinal from a year ago. The tall man, Hong Wei, turned 26 last month, and he's from this province, Fujian province, here on the southeast coast of China. He and his partner are number 5 in the world rankings at the moment. Have been as high as 5 weeks at number 3 in the world ranking. They're down 1 place on the Super Series standing, having lost in the first round of the French Super Series. They're Chai Biao, who's been in 2 finals, because not only the final last year with his partner of today, reached the final in 2010 with Jiang Nan. They've been in 1 final this year. They won the India Super Series event, 13 tournaments. And I can tell you that in the first round they beat a pair from Egypt. In the second round, beat a young Chinese pair, Wang Kaixiang and Wang Suji, in 2 straight games. So there is Hirokatsu Hashimoto. He'll turn 30 next month, and his partner will turn 32 next Tuesday, 4 days' time. What a nice early birthday present it would be for Noriyasu Hirata. There he is. Quarterfinalists last year lost to their opponents of today. They were a game and 19-16 up. They had 5 match points in the second game and then 2 match points in the deciding game. So a total of 7 match points against this Chinese pair last year in the quarterfinal stage, but obviously failed to progress. They, like their opponents, have won just 1 Super Series title in their career. You go back 4 years to the India Super Series of 2011. Well, the Japanese pair had a walkover in the first round because sadly the number 3 seeds Fu Haifang and Jiang Nan weren't able to compete. An injury or illness to Fu Haifang, we know that must be the case because Jiang Nan is in the mixed doubles, and in the second round beat the finalists from 2009, Ku Kian Kiat and Tan Boon Hyung. Now this will be the 5th meeting between the 2 pairs, and of the previous 4 meetings, this pair, Chai Biao and Hong Wei, have won the previous 4. The last time they met was in the quarterfinal of this year's India Super Series, and it was 3 games before the Chinese pair went on to take their first Super Series title in Delhi. So Steen, do you have any update on why Fu Haifang was unable to play this week?
Yes, I have. It's a sad. It's a sad update because apparently Fu Haifang's father passed away, and that's why they
I'm
withdrew
terribly
the
sorry to hear that.
tournament.
Our